and welcome inside Delaware Live Weekly. I'm Nick Alessandrini. Got another exciting show for you tonight. We're going to be joined by Tatnall and Friends, both of those football programs. That's coming up in just a little bit. But first, we welcome in our gurus here, Glenn Frazier and Benny Mitchell. Guys, welcome to another Wednesday night.
Thanks, Nick.
We're back. I already started eating, so the Caesar grilled chicken the salad's great.
There you go. See, Buffalo Wild Wings, they got it all. Beer, wings, sports. That's their slogan, I believe. We're happy to be back here at the Christiana location. And before we get everything underway, we're going to recap some games from last week, and we're going to get started with one of our good ones. Glenn, you were there for it, and that's Dover and Hodgson.
Yeah, two teams that came in. Hodgson had beaten Caesar Rodney the week before, and Dover lost a 1-point overtime game on the road. Still early in the season, not really sure what to expect, but man, Dover dominated both sides of the ball in the first half.
Absolutely, and we're going to roll the tape here. It's Dover and Hodgson. And again, Glenn, you mentioned it, a tough overtime loss last week for the Dover Senators against a pretty good Arundel team, but obviously they were good to go this week.
Yeah.
And now we'll roll the tape right now. Here is Dover and Hodgson. Getting started again is Brandon Yoder. Glenn, he was busy, the kicker. He knocks down the first field goal here for 3.
Made 2 field goals, 1 for 2 on extra points. The first one that got blocked wasn't his fault. They had a missed exchange between the snapper and the holder.
Jordan Moran going to find the big fella, Elijah Sessoms, and Glenn, he was very impressive. Check out the broken tackles there, spins out of it, he's into the end zone. A big night for him as well.
Yeah, big guy, good target. He had 5 catches in the first half.
And here's one of them. Check out this one-handed snag near the top of the screen. Caught a little bit at the end there. But he was impressive all night long. Second score for big number 88. And he's going to be at Delaware next year.
Yes, he is. Good size, and he made an acrobatic catch there. There's another Yoder field goal.
And another field goal right there from Brandon Yoder.
And that was late in the game, 9:45, made it a 3-possession game.
And then Hodgson, though, trying to get back into this one here. Jacob Barker to Jason Tucker. Just a little bit too late for the Silver Eagles.
Barely a half a minute to go in the game, Nick, and they tried the onside kick. Dover recovered it. One play ran out the clock. So good win for Dover, and the first one for Chip Knapp on the high school level as he came from Division III college, coaching Wesley.
Yeah, you just talked about it. Chip Knapp's first victory as the head coach of the Dover Senators, again coming over from Wesley. And they played a pretty good game last week, too, just a tough overtime loss. They've seemed significantly better this season with Chip at the helm.
I think so. They're going to be tested Saturday. They go to St. George's Votech, and I saw St. George's play Caesar Rodney, and they were equally impressive, just like Dover was. They dominated the first half, led 42-0, forced 4 turnovers. The Riders had 6 the week before, so they're having some problems with controlling the football. And St. George's will be a good test for Dover. Should be a good one.
Dover gets the win there, and that's one of 3 games we had the luxury of covering last week, and now another one coming up here in a minute as we're going to get to Woodbridge and Cape Henlopen. Welcome in Benny Mitchell. Benny, you were there for that one. How was it?
Well, we expected they came out and battled in the first half. I think it was 8-6 at the half, and the next score, Cape goes ahead late in the third quarter, and it was all Woodbridge after that as they just exploded. Sir Kenny Newton with 4 touchdowns for Woodbridge. Not just offensively, he had a pick 6 to put the game away.
Yeah, and you're going to see the highlights here in a second. And when I went over them with you before we went on the air, I said, wow, that Kenny Newton can play some football. He looks spectacular, and you're going to see some of these highlights here in a minute. But
well, the thing with Woodbridge is this goes back to the Massies. It's like no matter who they insert at running back, it's next man up. And Kenny Newton he's the next man up. He's the senior, and he took control of the game.
He was spectacular. Again, we'll see that in a second. Cape Henlopen, a tough start to their season. They've got a pretty tough schedule their first couple games as they came in, and another tough one here.
Look, they're 0-2, but don't let that record fool you. If you're William Penn coming down next week, don't let 0-2 fool you. They're not a bad football team.
And you heard that. Well, you alluded to the game that we're going to talk about a little bit later on. That's William Penn and Cape Henlopen. Again, still trying to get these highlights for you from Woodbridge. But now let's take a pause real quick and talk about our third game of the week. We had the 2 teams on last week, and that was Red Lion and St. Mark's. That game moved from Friday to Saturday. But before we talk about that, let's head over to Woodbridge and Cape Henlopen. A big game last week from downstate. We're going to roll the tape here, and again, two teams in different districts. It was a good one, as you heard Benny mention, but we're going to get started. Check out this early. And Benny, talk a little bit about this play. This one was a big one.
This was a big play there, back and forth, switch possessions, big hit, takes the ball down to the one. Woodbridge an advantage early.
That's going to set up a Kenny Newton. There he is out of the Wildcat, takes a direct snap into the end zone for the touchdown. Woodbridge, they get on the board first, and 2-point conversion attempt. How about check out Newton carries the defenders over the goal line.
It was like tug of war, and we just thought they were going to whistle it dead, and next thing you know, he's in.
Hank D'Ambrogi here trying to answer for Cape Henlopen. The quarterback sneak from 1 yard out is good. Touchdown Vikings. They're on the board.
They get on the board, looking to tie it up, and then there's a fumble on the point after. Woodbridge takes an 8-6 lead, and that's how the first half would end.
Jordan Baines able to punch it in here for Cape Henlopen, and then you're going to see Daniel Saez for the 2-point conversion. He's in as well. So Benny, third quarter, Cape's got the lead right here.
They got the big mo going into the fourth quarter here. It looks like they're going to take this game home with them.
Seth Smart, though, 58 yards from Colin Hastings. That's going to get Woodbridge going again, and they would really get rolling here. It's just going to be the Kenny Newton show the rest of the way, Benny.
I like there. Seth Smart gives him the ball, shoves him in with his left hand, says, "Get in there, son."
He was spectacular. Check him out again. Direct snap here. He's going to punch in this one. Again, Woodbridge up 22-14. And check him out on defense, Benny. What a play here defensively.
This was the proverbial final nail in the coffin. That put the game away right there. But Kenny Newton's not done yet.
Right, you would think so, but no, not yet. What a play there, and he's going to cap off his night right here, up the middle, splits the defense, breaks the tackle, then turns on the Jets down the sideline. See you later, Kenny Newton, another score.
I asked him about that after the game. I said, wasn't that just a run out the clock play? He says, Coach Dooley says finish games.
Woodbridge gets the big win in 35-21, and Benny, Marvin Dooley's first win down at Woodbridge.
First win down at Woodbridge, and you notice when Woodbridge did all the scoring, it's becoming a theme down there. Fourth quarter.
Yep,
and when I talked to Kenny Newton after the game, he said, that every game they play down here, it's about the four. It's about Troy Haynes. He said, and he was with him there all night. He could feel it. And it's like we're playing maybe the third or fourth time we've been down there, and they're down and out. Next thing you know, here comes an explosive fourth quarter out of the Blue Raiders.
Yeah, really. Again, trailing heading into that fourth quarter. Big fourth quarter for Dooley and the Blue Raiders. They get their first win of the season. Again, another game we alluded to earlier, St. Mark's and Red Lion. Both those teams joined us last Wednesday. And guys, another fantastic matchup on a game that was moved from Friday to Saturday.
Great game, 1-point game, and you had the coaches, you had the players here. We had a great crowd here, and they did not disappoint. They put on a heck of a display Saturday.
Absolutely. One of the most electric crowds we'd had here at Buffalo Wild Wings last Wednesday.
Yeah, and these two schools are picking it up here tonight, too.
That's true. We're going to get to them in just a little while.
Let us know they're here.
And so you can hear them in the background. But let's roll the tape. St. Mark's and Red Lion last Saturday night. Again, a good one. Both of these teams right next to each other, at least in the rankings, close to each other there. And it's going to get started. Open up the scoring for Red Lion, 55 yards through the air. Red Lion again on the board first.
Long touchdown passes was the theme last week. We're going to see that in the top 10 tonight.
And then how about this? You see the quarterback for St. Mark's again. That's Chase Padalano. 1 of 2 on the night for him, able to punch that one in there. We're all knotted up at 7. A little bit later on, Donovan Artis, he was here last week. He punches it in for another rushing touchdown. Another one for the talented running back from St. Mark's. 14-7 lead, and then Dejon Jones had a phenomenal game for Red Lion. Check out the speed, gets to the sideline, and no one going to catch him. Red Lion right back going to tie this one up at 14. Back and forth we go. Still late in the third quarter. There's Chase Padalano again. There's 2 of 2 on the ground for him on quarterback sneak attempts. He punches in another score, 21-14. And then Dejon Jones here going to score his second touchdown on the ground, 21-20. As you're going to see the extra point, no good. And St. Mark's able to hold on. Check out the blocked punt from Red Lion here. Going to put the pressure on the Spartans a little bit. But when it's all said and done, St. Mark's able to rise to the occasion and hold on for a big 21-20 victory.
Two teams that I think you're going to see in the playoffs. They're in different districts in Division 2A, Class 2A, but I think they're both going to be there.
And might I say, now that Sally's is AAA and St. Mark's is AA, do we have Do we have to do Holy War here with Red Lion and St. Mark?
There you go. And there you have it. Well, we are going to take our first break of the show. When we come back, we are going to welcome on Wilmington Friends right here live on Delaware Live Weekly.
At Ferris Home Improvements, your family's comfort and safety is always our top priority.
If you call us for your roofing, windows and doors, siding, decks, kitchen, and bathroom needs, you can expect health-screened craftsmen who wear gloves and face masks and follow minimum 6-foot distancing, virtual conferences to discuss project details, job quotes delivered electronically or brought to your door for your review and approval, and our showrooms in Newark and Rehoboth Beach remain open for limited appointments.
We're here together.
Operating with precautions.
To protect our staff.
And our customers.
At Ferris Home Improvements, your family's comfort and safety is always our top priority.
If you call us for your roofing, windows and doors, siding, decks, kitchen, and bathroom needs, you can expect health-screened craftsmen who wear gloves and face masks and follow minimum 6-foot distancing, virtual conferences to discuss project details, job quotes delivered electronically or brought to your door for your review and approval, and our showrooms in Newark and Rehoboth Beach remain open for limited appointments.
We're here together.
Operating with precautions.
To protect our staff.
And our customers.
Your home, your community. It's not just where you live, it's where you belong. At Dover Federal Credit Union, we understand what it means to be local. We started here, and we're not going anywhere. We're as local as it gets, and we like it that way. We're not just a financial institution, we are the local credit union that you can trust. Local people, local decisions. Dover Federal Credit Union.
Whether you're planning to buy a home in 3 months, 6 months, or even a year, let me walk you through the process from start to finish and get your questions answered. I am a DHSA lender with down payment assistance programs or grant money. I can help those with less than perfect credit or those working on their credit. I'm also local and always have been. So call 302-563-5599 or visit bryans.loans.com when you are ready to get started on your road to homeownership.
Hi, I'm Scott Kammerer from Soto Concepts. Today we're at Blue Coast Seafood Grill and Raw Bar in Rehoboth Beach, Delaware. Come check us out. Located in the Rehoboth Gateway, Blue Coast features indoor and outdoor dining and serves beautiful, simple food that highlights the flavors of Southern Delaware. With chef-inspired daily specials, an award-winning wine list, and an extensive list of craft cocktails and local beer, Blue Coast is the perfect spot for a night out. Blue Coast Seafood Grill in Rehoboth Beach, Delaware, open 7 days a week year-round for lunch and dinner. See you soon. Hi, I'm Scott Kammerer from Soto Concepts. Today we're at Blue Coast Seafood Grill and Raw Bar in Rehoboth Beach, Delaware. Come check us out. Located in the Rehoboth Gateway, Blue Coast features indoor and outdoor dining and serves beautiful, simple food that highlights the flavors of Southern Delaware. With chef-inspired daily specials, an award-winning wine list, and an extensive list of craft cocktails and local beer, Blue Coast is the perfect spot for a night out. Blue Coast Seafood Grill in Rehoboth Beach, Delaware, open 7 days a week year-round for lunch and dinner. See you soon.
And welcome back inside Delaware Live Weekly. Nick Allison now joined at the desk by Gunn Frazier, and we are very excited to welcome the Friends football program here today, and that's head coach, of course, Rob Tattersall, senior Donnie Morton, and senior OC Chuck Wocha. Guys, thanks for joining us this Wednesday.
Thanks for having us.
Absolutely, we're thrilled to have it again. Game of the week coming up between you guys and Tatnall. Everyone very excited for it. And did you guys eat yet, or are you going to wait till a little bit later?
Still, it's coming on the way.
It's on the way. So we won't hold you up too long then. Quick question: what, you guys get wings?
I got wings.
Wings. What'd you go with? What's your favorite go-to seasoning here?
I got honey barbecue.
Honey barbecue. There you go. OC, what you got?
I actually don't eat wings, so I just got some mozzarella sticks.
Oh, there you go. You can't go wrong with that, Coach.
I went Caribbean jerk.
Caribbean jerk. There you go. You're right. All variety here
There
from
we go.
Wilmington Friends. You want to kick us off?
Well, Coach, I have to say one thing. Of course, your father did a fantastic job of bringing the program along over decades. I wouldn't say years, I'm saying decades.
Yeah.
And he's probably seniority in the state along with Dave Hearn down in Delmar. And you guys played Delmar last week, and you handled them fairly easily. It was surprising to me, maybe not so much to you guys.
No, not at all. Well, first off, it wasn't easy. But we have a lot of respect for Delmar. We have a long tradition with them. We actually used to play them in the 80s.
Yeah.
And we actually would go down there and stay in their house Friday night.
Oh, wow.
So we would go down, meet in the gym, and we would get paired up with a Delmar player, go stay at their house, and then we'd go back the next day and we would play. And then the next year they came to us, would stay in our houses, and then we would play a football game. So it was one Coach Wood, who was the coach at the time, my father, were like, how can we bring kids from different walks of life in different areas together? And it was a great event for a while. And we did it up until 1988, and then it moved on. And then we didn't play them again until 19. But I'll tell you this, we have nothing but respect for Delmar. We caught them early. You know, 5 turnovers, penalties. That's not going. I would not be one to play them this week. Put it that way. And it was far from easy for us, but we capitalized on some mistakes and put a good effort out.
Absolutely. And OC and Donnie, you want to talk a little bit about the game last week? Big victory for you guys to get everything started this season. Just some takeaways from the game. What did you guys see out there on the field?
Just one thing I'd like to add really quick is I think a big factor in us being able to take the victory last week was just a lot of preparation and film watching, because even when I'm out there, I'm like just talking to the players, having a nice time, and they're like, how do you know our plays were running? And I remember 2 years ago when we went down there, they said the exact same thing. And I'm just like, we've been studying, we've been game planning the whole week, and he's like, no one's ever been able to stop me like this. And I'm like, yeah, it's because we've been game planning for you the whole week. So I think a lot of it just comes down to the coaches giving us a lot of good tools to prepare and us being able to execute a game plan.
Yeah, and I also think it's the scout team, so the second team guys who didn't necessarily get in the actual game, but they had just as much to do with our win and our victory, just helping us, get ready for the game and prepare, like OC said. So that really helped us fly around, which is another thing that I think that we did a good job of, is just rallying to the ball and being fast and physical. So the scout team was very helpful in that as too.
Absolutely, complete team win.
You guys have obviously long rivalries, not just with the team you're playing this week in Tatnall, the old independent conference. I'll say old independence conference because now you're in a whole different classification. St. Andrews and Tatnall are no longer in the same class with you. You have Tower Hill in the same district. So, Coach, talk about, how that developed maybe, and what do you see going forward?
So my understanding is, with the redistricting and everything, we're the last conference standing. So the way I understand it is we're still the independent conference.
Oh, okay.
So even though we're in different districts or whatever, I don't even know what the groupings are now. They're Division I, we're Division II. Tatnall, St. Andrews, Tower Hill, and Friends are still the independent conference. So we're kind of the last conference standing.
Okay.
So we don't look at this as a D2 versus D1. We look at this is a conference game. And we're playing the second game of the season against a conference opponent who we have a long-running tradition with. And there's a lot to be said about that. I mean, we've had our up and downs with Tatnall, and with rivalry games, it's not about who did this and what and all that. It's about that game. And they're going to come ready to play football, and so are we. We'll see where it goes. But our conference is alive and beating. Hopefully we're trying to keep it alive. And that was one of the things we were really concerned about with this redistricting, is because we're similar schools. We have about the same amount of students. We have about the same amount of kids playing football. Our academics are all about the same. We cost about the same. See, that's one thing other people don't always look at is, oh, well, this school and that school. Our schools aren't cheap. So we're all kind of in that same boat. If we were in any other state except Delaware, our kids would all be at the same school. We wouldn't be playing Tatnall. They'd be on our football team and our Tower Hill kids, because Newcastle County has the highest percentage of private schools per capita in the country. So we're all divided, as where if we were in central Pennsylvania, this would be one school. If we were in a part of New Jersey, we'd be all one school. So there's a lot there, a lot of respect for these guys, and we know these kids. I mean, there's individuals on this team that played basketball and baseball with my sons growing up. I'm friends with these kids' parents. Like, I've had dinner at their house. So there's a lot of familiarity with the bodies and a lot of respect. So it's going to be a tooth and nail fight.
Absolutely. And you guys, last year, obviously, it was a difficult season. COVID struck. Everything shortened up for you guys. A little bit difficult. How did last year help out, if at all, prepare you for what's coming this year? And how difficult was last year, truly, with all the COVID stuff going on?
You want me to answer that, or you want them to answer that?
Both of you guys. We'll start with OC.
I'll go first.
Yeah,
I'll tell you this: we had no idea what was coming each day. I mean, we literally walked out to practice thinking we were playing Seaford. I would get a text saying, "Hey, they got COVID." We're like, all right, well, we got Tower Hill coming up. Let's practice for them.
Yeah.
Then we got a text later saying we might be able to play somebody else. So we practiced for them. Then the next day found out we couldn't go to them. They couldn't come to us. And we're like, what's going on? And then somebody else got dropped, and we were able to back. I mean, our number one thing last year was the world could be coming to an end. We have no idea. But for these 2 hours, we got football. Let's not worry about anything else. We got each other, we got football. And I thought it was a great escape for everybody involved to kind of avoid all the distractions that the world was going through at the time and just concentrate on football. But it was very difficult. I mean, the lack of being able to compete was what was a real difficult thing for them. You know, this is their memory-making years, and to have that taken from them was heartbreaking.
Yeah, I mean, you guys touched a little bit on it now. How did last year go for you? I mean, mentally, physically, how was that season for you guys last fall?
I mean, as Coach RT said, it was really chaotic, but personally, you know, we had to make a lot of sacrifices. We had a really strict policy of, you know, we're just trying to keep everything in the team so we don't have any COVID cases ourselves. But, I mean, personally, I just saw it as I'm with the team and we're just trying to compete. So I was just being grateful for everything that we had, because there were a lot of times where I thought we weren't going to have games, or even that we weren't going to have a season in general. So I was just glad, and I was just happy to be out there competing with the rest of the team.
Yeah, and I think it really helped us, like, you know, for me and for I think a lot of the guys in the team, it was just like, you know, made us grateful to play football, because like what Coach RT said, it's just like it can be taken away from you. Just so somebody gets COVID and you don't play that week. So I think it really just made us all more grateful to play football. And coming into this season, it's like, you know, now we have a full season ahead of us, and we're all like, we're dying to play a full schedule again. So I think it really just gave us that, you know, gratefulness for the game that sometimes you can lose track of when, you know, things like COVID don't happen for a long time. So I think it's gave us that gratefulness.
Yeah, absolutely. Guys, now we'll turn our attention to this week's upcoming matchup you're playing. You talked a little bit about Tatnall already. No season last year, only one game, I believe, so far this year. Not a lot of film to really go off of. What do you know about Tatnall, and kind of what's your guys' mindset kind of heading into this game this weekend?
Well, they played last Friday. We played last Saturday. So we were able to go to the game. I mean, myself, 2 other coaches, we left practice early. We went to watch them play. They're very similar in size and speed, numbers. You know, it's going to be a contest of who can execute. And there was definitely some rust on their part, as there was on ours. But, you know, I expect a good contest, a good competitive battle between very similar type schools and similar type programs.
Absolutely. And guys, what do you guys got to do Friday night to take home the victory?
Right, I mean, as Coach RT said, I mean, they got some athletes and they're going to be flying around. But I think the number one thing that we have to do on Friday night is we just got to be rallying as many hats to the football as we can, so we can complete the ultimate task of putting our year up on the banner in the gym.
Don, you want to talk a little bit about your
thoughts? No, I just echo what OC said. Just, you know, keeping the same physicality and speed that we played with last week. And, you know, going from week 1 to week 2, you that there's sometimes a big drop off from that, and maybe we had a big win in week 1, and maybe we're feeling good about ourselves, but we just got to forget that and just play fast and physical, just like we did on week 1, and kind of just come into it with the mindset that's a rivalry game, so we just got to play our hardest and forget week 1.
All right, guys, our favorite question.
Real quick though, let me tell you one thing. I can tell you, here's our game plan. We're going to score 1 more point than Tatnall. It's that simple. That's all we need to do to win Friday night. 1 more point. So that's what we're trying to do.
Right? And that's what
I thought you were going to, Coach. I thought you were going to say you're going to bring bug spray because they're the Hornets.
Might need that.
No. Okay.
And guys, before we let you get out of here, I know your food's on the way, so we don't keep you here too long. It's Friday night. You're about to come out to the game. You're in the locker room. You got the headphones on. One song. What's your warm-up song? One song you're listening to on the way to the field Friday night. OC, we'll start with you.
I don't know. My dad, he's been putting me on like some older music, and DMX is kind of getting me hype. I don't know. I've been listening to What's My Name. I'm rocking with it. It's been turning me on, so that's what I'm listening to.
There you go. All right, Donnie, want to get it?
My pregame music is anything 21 Savage. He just gets me in the game, so I don't know. It's any 21 Savage song, really. I love
21. All right, and Coach, you're going to be a part of this too. What's your go-to warm-up song here as you're coming down? It's game day.
Pretty much anything by Public Enemy. Don't Believe the Hype has got to be a good one.
There you
Fight
go.
the Power. Anything along those lines. Late 80s.
There you go. And there you have it. Glenn, how about you? Glenn, your warm-up song. What's that? If you had a warm-up song, what would yours be, Glenn? We never asked you.
I don't have to think about that. I'll let you know in the next
segment. We're going to hear that, so stay tuned. Thanks so much, Wilmington Friends. Thank you guys. OC Donnie, Coach Tattersall, thank you so much. And we're going to take our last break. When we come back, we're going to talk to Tatnall on the other side of the timeout.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. That was great. Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Oh, Coach, you get.
High school athletics is not what it used to be. The sporting goods industry has been disrupted, adding to coach and athletic director daily challenges. BSN Sports stands ready to change the fundamentals of our industry, giving our customers the advantages they need right now. Your dedicated local sales pro is supported with nationwide team service, including sport and category experts. Get the look of D1 colleges and pro teams with our program that streamlines ordering your staff apparel, player gear, and fan wear. Stretch your budget with our fundraising solution. Free and ready in minutes. Our campus branding products are perfect for boosting school and team pride. BSN Sports has the advantages you need right now.
Hi, I'm Scott Kammerer from Sodell Concepts. Today we're at Thompson Island Brewing Company in Rehoboth Beach, Delaware. Come check us out. Located in the Rehoboth Gateway next to Blue Coast Rehoboth, Thompson Island will follow the Sodell tradition of serving beautiful, simple food that will pair perfectly with our fresh homemade beer. Thompson Island is a perfect place to have dinner with your family, enjoy happy hour with friends at the bar, or spend a day in the beer garden playing bocce ball and ping pong. Thompson Island Brewing Company in Rehoboth Beach, Delaware, open 7 days a week. See you soon. Hi, I'm Scott Kammerer from Sodell Concepts. Today we're at Thompson Island Brewing Company in Rehoboth Beach, Delaware. Come check us out. Located in the Rehoboth Gateway next to Blue Coast Rehoboth, Thompson Island will follow the Sodell tradition of serving beautiful, simple food that will pair perfectly with our fresh homemade beer. Thompson Island is a perfect place to have dinner with your family, enjoy happy hour with friends at the bar, or spend a day in the beer garden playing bocce ball and ping pong. Thompson Island Brewing Company in Rehoboth Beach, Delaware, open 7 days a week. See you soon.
Get the assurance that your HVAC system is what you need with Ambience. Ambience provides you with over 25 years of experience in the heating, cooling, and plumbing industry. The team at Ambience Heating and Air Conditioning provides high-quality residential HVAC installations, maintenance, and repairs in new and older homes in the Delaware, Maryland, Pennsylvania tri-state area. You may not realize it, but half of your energy costs go to heating and cooling. Make sure your energy dollars count and call us today for a free estimate. 302-239-HVAC. 302-239-4.
And welcome back inside Delaware Live Weekly. Nick Alessandrini now joined by the Tatnall head coach Avery McMullen, quarterback Charlie Simpers, running back Rayshawn Lamons, wide receiver Micah Stamper, and lineman Justin Smith. Guys, thanks for joining me this Wednesday. How are you feeling tonight?
Good.
Feeling pretty good. Now, I just talked to you guys. You haven't eaten yet, but we're here at Buffalo Wild Wings. That's the one question we always start with. What are you going to order later, and what's your favorite wing flavor? Charlie, let's start with you.
Probably medium wings.
There you go, right? Why mess with it? It's not broken. Coach, what about you?
Wings, it's got to be the Asian Zing.
Asian Zing, that's a fan favorite. There you go, Justin.
Mine, lemon pepper.
Lemon pepper. See, I like the diversity here. Here we go.
I have to go lemon pepper too.
Oh, back-to-back lemon pepper.
I'm going to keep it basic and say barbecue.
Barbecue. There we go. So some good ones there. And guys, thanks for joining us ahead of your big matchup this week with Wilmington Friends. What has kind of been the mindset of practice? We'll go to each one of you guys. What has kind of been the game plan or mindset heading into the game of the week this week for you guys?
Execution. Coming off a week last week where we played a very experienced team. Hats off to Archmere. They're a very well-coached program. They've been doing it for many years. It was a tall task for us. And like I tell the guys, we're a young team, coming off a year where we didn't play last year. We can practice a lot of things, we can prepare for a lot of things, but the one thing you can't practice is experience. And so it's going to happen week by week. And so I think, with us having a week under our belt now, the big thing that I'm preaching to our guys is playing our game, doing things the way we want to do it, and then also execution. So it's going to be big for us.
Absolutely. And Charlie, you just heard what Coach said. If you want to talk a little bit about the same thing, today's Wednesday, some more practice ahead with the big game on Friday. But how's practice been this week? What's the message in the locker room? How's everybody feeling?
Well, as Coach says, we always try to focus on the little things and execution. Always keeping our head right with every play and playing every single snap in practice like it would be in a game. So as long as we can execute, I think we got a good shot.
All right, guys, you want to touch a little bit? Justin, what's the battle in the trenches been like this week? What's kind of what the linemen got to do this week to get the job done?
Trenches, it's always tough down there. I'd be tough, physical all the time. I think this game, trenches is going to be a big part. We can always win the game in the trenches, and the trenches is where it starts.
Absolutely. And to the skill guys back there, talk a little bit about what you guys have been up to this week and what the skill guys need to do.
We've been trying to mainly focus more on blocking and our assignments and making sure everybody knows what they're doing, and the little things like Charlie said and Coach said, just try to come together and have the mindset that we can win and don't come in scared because we're a new team, but we can put in the same amount of work that everybody else does and even more and still be a great team.
Pretty much just the same thing, but I try to focus on just playing football. Preparing for a team doesn't change how you play. It's just another game.
Absolutely. And Coach, you talked a little bit about last season. No season because of COVID. So many uncertainties with all kinds of stuff. Coming into last season, what was kind of your thoughts heading in? And after you didn't have a season, you talked a little bit about the difficulties, but when it, kind of only a few programs had to go through that. How tough is that to come after a whole year of missing last fall and now starting up again here this fall? Pretty much a year out of experience there.
Yeah, it was a surprise to all of us when we ended up not playing. With us being a smaller school, sometimes COVID affected it a little bit differently with the numbers. So we were able, a few of these guys were able to come out and practice last year a little bit. So we got to start to instill the new culture that we were trying to build around the team. And so this year, Tatnall football is back. And it hasn't been, maybe the biggest deal around the state, but we're trying to change that. We're trying to change the mentality around here, the culture. We know what we can. We have some really good guys here. The three guys behind me are sophomores, and two of these guys have made, some big noise around the state in the youth leagues, and they're well known, but to come up to the varsity level now and ramp it up, it's a little bit different. And so they got their feet wet last week. And I definitely think that our best days as a program are ahead of us. We're headed in the right direction, and these guys are going to continue to be a big part of that for years to come.
Absolutely, and guys, I'm asking you the same question. To take a year off is not an easy thing to do. Last year, no season at all. For some of you guys that were a part of that, did you have to take a little bit longer to shake the rust off? How was that kind of coming in a year removed from playing, football with pads? It's a lot different.
I mean, it wasn't really that much of a difference for us because we went in the gym. We've been training, doing everything that we can to prepare ourselves for the season. So I mean, the rust, there's always going to be rust when you don't play a season. But just to get back on the field and play the game, it feels great.
Pretty much what he just said. We didn't have a season last year, but the work didn't stop. We kept training and kept coming together as a team, putting in all the work, and even working out individually. Everybody's doing their own thing individually with their trainers and stuff like that. But when we come together, yes, there's some rust, but we just got to get used to hitting. Everything else, the releases, working on backpedaling, all that receiver and DB stuff, you should be working at even without having a season. You just got to put the pads on and hit. That's the only thing we missed last year.
As these guys said, the work never stopped for us. We just kept grinding, focusing on our one goal, and that's it.
There you have it, right? Just got to stay focused. And now, guys, we'll talk a little bit about the game of the week this week. It's going to be, again, under the lights for you guys. Talk a little bit about that feeling, being able to play a night game under the lights like that in a big game of the week.
Oh, it's exciting, man. We're fired up about it. I know the school is fired up. We have a lot of support inside the program. For us to host a Friday night game, they're actually going to bring lights in, which is a really cool thing. We're going to, title it as our blackout game. So we're going black on black for the uniform.
There you go.
And we're excited about it. It's a lot of, like I said, Tatnall football is back, and it's a lot of excitement around the program. And we can't wait to come out and have a good showing this week.
Absolutely. And guys, obviously Friends played on Saturday. You guys on Friday did. How's film been going? What do you guys know about Friends, and what do you guys kind of have to do that you've seen, on film or at practice to get the win against the Quakers this week?
Well, I think we just got to come in ready to play and just execute our plays, do whatever we got to do to win. And as long as we can do the little things, get our plays right, execute runs, make good reads, I think we'll be good.
Absolutely. And anybody else want to touch on it?
Obviously, Friends is not a slump team, but we do our part and do the things we work on in the game and at practice. We convert those to the game, but we shouldn't have a problem whether they're good or not.
Just be physical like we do in practice. As Mikey said, just hard work, flow to the ball, do everything right, and try to make it excellent.
As Mike and Rashawn said, it's the little things that matters, and it's the little things that make a team great. So I think as we build on and we keep going during the season, as we build up on the little things, we'll be able to get things done.
There you have it. And guys, again, thanks for joining us. Before I let you get up out of here and go get some food, it's game day Friday. You're in the locker room. You're walking down to the field. You're pregame, got your headphones in. You get one song choice. What's your go-to warm-up song on game day on Friday nights? Justin, you want to get started, or are you not ready? Need some time? Who wants to get us started?
Oh, my go-to song?
Yeah.
I'm not going to lie. It's an old school song, the Bee Gees. That's me, Staying Alive. That's me.
How about that? There's a good one. Coach.
I don't really get into the pregame music, man. I'm just trying to stay, keep my thoughts on the game and speaking to our coaches. And I listen to what they listen to in the locker room. It gets me fired up. They know all the popular stuff. So
there you go. Charlie, what do you think?
I'll probably just play anything by like J. Cole or Lil Baby maybe.
All right, Michael and Rashawn, what do you got for us?
A little bit of Boys to Men. You can't go wrong with them.
Okay, yeah. Micah?
Well, I'm the DJ in the locker room, so I play a little bit of everything. But definitely before we come out, we play at least First Day Out or Dreams and Nightmares.
Oh, what did you say, Micah?
First Day Out and Dreams and Nightmares.
Okay, there you go. So, guys, thank you so much for joining us. Again, Tatnall Football Program. And, guys, big game this week on Friday night. Good luck. We really appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thank you. We're going to take another break. When we come back, we're going to talk some more football right here on Delaware Live Weekly. He's got to take a picture. Hey, guys.
High Five Hospitality was founded in 2004 when 3 guys teamed up to introduce the Buffalo Wild Wings franchise concept to Delaware. They now operate 8 Buffalo Wild Wings, 6 locations throughout Delaware, and 2 locations in Maryland. B-Dubs has weekly and game day specials on their delicious food and beverages. Stop in one of their convenient locations today. The Stone Balloon Ale House features a unique blend of crafted food and an array of spirits, all flavored with a dash of nostalgia. Our culinary mantra is comfort food playfully reimagined, and we prepare seasonal favorites that strive to please the palate and resurface a memory. Limestone Barbecue, from our mouth-watering Texas-style brisket, fall-off-the-bone chicken, and St. Louis ribs. Southern-style sides, mac and cheese, baked beans, cornbread, sweet tea, and our homemade pickles. Be prepared as your bread will be your napkin. Yup, we are that kind of barbecue. Expectation. You'll have a tough time choosing between our exclusive dishes to help get you through the day. French toast, French crepes, Belgian waffles, and of course, our famous Eggs Benedict. High Five Hospitality's mission is to operate 5 brands that serve high-quality products with exceptional hospitality.
The best part about great people is great people leads to quality of care, and our physical therapists really lead that mission and drive that. We want to have the opportunity to serve as much of our communities as possible with the highest level of excellence.
Clinical excellence really means being a leader in the profession and in the community, giving the patients the best possible care, and here at Premier, that is really what our mission is.
It all starts with wanting to help people. If you're helping people achieve whatever they want to, whether it's to get back on the sports field, to get back to work, or get back to whatever they need to do in their regular lives, that's really what underlies everything.
When patients come in here, they really truly do feel like part of our family. We're always involved directly with our patients and giving individualized care.
I come in and I may be broken down, bent over, but when I'm done my therapy, I'm feeling good to know that you're listening and you're finding a way to help me. For me, that's huge.
You know, we want to help everybody we come into contact with. That's where we kind of get our reward as clinicians and therapists, is to see them achieve their goal and get back to, you know, what they wanted to. It's certainly been very rewarding to see how many people we can help as we've grown.
Our patients come in here and they really put a lot of trust in us to get them back to doing the things that they can't do. When you can't do those things, at the end of the day, your life is not fulfilled.
You may have tried physical therapy,
but have you tried Premier?
Hi, it's Scott and Lauren from Sodell Concepts.
And today we're at Catch 54 in Fenwick Island, Delaware. Catch 54 is committed to serving beautiful, simple coastal cuisine overlooking the bay. House favorites include signature crab cakes, shrimp and grits, our famous 54 burger, all accompanied by a wine spectator wine list and a great selection of craft ales and cocktails. Catch 54 offers delicious nightly specials, award-winning waterfront dining views, and the best happy hour in town.
Catch 54 in Fenwick Island, Delaware, open 7 days a week.
See you soon.
Hi, it's Scott and Lauren from Sodell Concepts.
And today we're at Catch 54 in Fenwick Island, Delaware. Catch 54 is committed to serving beautiful, simple coastal cuisine overlooking the bay. House favorites include signature crab cakes, shrimp and grits, our famous 54 burger, all accompanied by a wine spectator wine list and a great selection of craft ales and cocktails. Catch 54 offers delicious nightly specials, award-winning waterfront dining views, and the best happy hour in town.
Catch 54 in Fenwick Island, Delaware, open 7 days a week.
See you soon.
Hi, it's Scott and
And welcome back inside Delaware Live Weekly. Nick Alessandrini now joined by Benny Mitchell and Glenn Frazier. A special thanks to Tatnall and Wilmington Friends who joined us here today. And guys, should be a great game this week coming up with those two teams.
Oh yeah, it should be a good one. The old independent conference, you know, no conference title anymore, but you got, you know, a Class A team or Class AA getting it back on, just like old times.
Friday Night Lights, again, that game being brought to you on Friday night, but now let's jump into it. It was a fun week one, guys, and now we've got a reveal of our new top 5, and we're going to get started with Class A at the top of that list at ranked number 1. All right, so we'll start with 5, guys, and that is Tatnall, who's 0-1, and we'll get a chance to see them this weekend. We just touched on it. On number 4, Indian River. Number 3, Glasgow. Number 2, St. Elizabeth's, impressive win for them last week. And number 1, the Laurel Bulldogs, who advanced to 2-0. Guys, talk a little bit about this Class A. Tatnall at 5, Laurel at 1, but the Bulldogs, they look good here at 2-0 atop that division.
Yeah, Laurel, a team, they were surprised that they were classified in 1A instead of 2A to begin the season. So, yeah, really right now, I think they're a little bit like head and shoulders above everybody else. Benny, I'd like to talk about a couple of teams that I think might be able to move into this top 5. Seaford's one of them. They didn't get to play Tower Hill last week. That game was postponed, and that's the way it stays right now. And look out for St. Andrews. They had a good win on the road. And how about Wilmington Charter? And Dickinson gets their first win in 5 years?
Yes, big victory. I believe that was the first win in a long time for Dickinson. Again, we talked about that on our broadcast of Sally's at Sussex Central, and that happened. Big win for them. Benny, look at the rest of the top 5. St. E's at number 2. They had a big victory, 48-6 over Conrad.
Yeah, I think we found Laurel's challenger here in single A. I think those are your 2 tough teams. And Seaford, I'm not sleeping on Seaford. I said week 1, they're playing in the semis. I said Seaford will be in the semifinals of single A as long as they stay healthy. But, a lot of these teams, it's really hard to rank because these guys have been getting beat up.
Yeah.
And we don't really get to, now they're going to play teams of their caliber. And it may become an exciting class in the next couple weeks. This week is in Double A and Single A is all class games, district games. So big games on tap in Single A and Double A this week.
Yeah, Benny, lead me right into our next segment. Again, the top 4 district records from each district. Those are the teams that are going to make the state tournament. Obviously opposed from our Class 3A. How important is it then now with those district games to win that first district game in your own district there?
I think it's huge. If you want to get off on the right foot, especially if you're in Double A District 3. That is, like I said, that's the most competitive district in all the classes. We had Red Line last week. We got to see a little bit of Woodbridge this week. And that's going to be Caravel who had a big win. So,
yes, they did.
Get ready for some head bashing in that one. And I just don't think in a new system and to start off that you want to get off on the wrong foot with a loss in your district.
Again, Glenn, thoughts on how important it would be?
Oh, yeah. I mean, 3A, you're guaranteed to be in the playoffs, but 1A and 2A, it's huge. You're not guaranteed anything, so you got to be in the top 4 in your district. So, yeah, all those games will be very, very important.
And with that, guys, we're going to jump to Class AA. You're going to see the top 5 on your screen. At 5, it's the Woodbridge Blue Raiders. Benny, they've been very impressive.
Yeah, we kind of ranked them low to start the season. I was talking with Jason, and they had some guys not there. They lost some people at graduation, but
which they did. Yeah.
Big one this weekend with number 4 St. Mark's. We might be a stalemate in the rankings. We might be making some moves here.
Yeah, you took that one as well. 4 St. Mark's, they're 2-0. Nice win, Glenn, as they held on to that victory over Red Lion, 21-20. And then a team that we haven't seen yet, at least in the state of Delaware, that's DMA. They're 1-0.
Yeah. We've got them right in the middle of the pack there, and we'll just have to see. I think you need a couple of more games against teams in your own district to really get a good gauge on where these teams need to be. But 4 and 5, what a matchup this weekend with St. Mark's and Woodbridge.
That should be a great one. DMA coming in at 3, and then your top 2 teams, Archmere 1-0, big win for them last week. They looked good in their first game, and then Howard won big as well, and they are your top-ranked team. Howard and Archmere 1-2, Betty.
Yeah, we might see a repeat of last year's Division II state championship. I'm sure Woodbridge and St. Mark's and DMA will have a lot to say about that. Woodbridge is going on the road. I think it's going to be a heck of a game. But the one difference we're seeing right now between 1A and 2A, 1A has some ranked teams with losses. Everybody is undefeated in 2A.
Yeah. And how about that? And guys, we're going to move on now to Class 3, Class AAA, if you will. And again, we're going to get started. A team that got off on the right foot as well last week, Glenn, and that's St. George's. They come in this week at number 5, 1-0, and Coach Wilson and company looked good as well last week.
I saw them play against Caesar Rodney. It was their first game for the Hawks. Big line. I mean, Coach Candelora from CR told me he saw them on film. He thought they were big. When they were coming out of the locker room, he dropped his jaw and said, I didn't think they were that big. They dominated the line of scrimmage. Donovan Brooks, the quarterback, throws a good ball. He's speedy. He can get loose. He scored a touchdown. Giovanni Sanchez Word is a very special running back. Fast, he's shifty. and the defense just swarms to the ball. Julio Lopez, their kicker, had a 39-yard field goal, 6 for 6 on extra points. So not only are they good offensively and defensively, they have a good kicker. So they've got the whole package. And their game with Dover Saturday, that's a real good indicator on those two ball clubs.
You said that's going to be a spectacular, maybe one of my favorite games of this upcoming week to look out for. Definitely one to keep your eye on. And guys, at number 4, Sussex Central, tough loss on Friday night to Salesianum. We'll get to them in a minute. They continue to look very good, but Sussex Central, some new faces this year, Benny. They're a young team.
Oh yeah, they're a really young team. They lost most of that defense from last year. They returned to the quarterback, and they found a new guy, Andrew Long, to carry the ball for them. Don't look for them to be down and out. They're going to bounce back from this. And if you remember in 2018, they took a whooping from Hodgson in the season opener, came back and won a state title. So never count these guys out.
Absolutely. They come in this week at number 4, the team that gave them their first loss of the season last week. That's Salesianum. They're 2-0 on the year. And Glenn, they come in ranked number 3. I'll tell you what, Connor Campbell looks pretty good through 2 weeks.
Yeah, Benny and I were talking before we went on the air, and where we thought maybe the 1 and the 2 teams maybe was the head and shoulders above the rest of the group. I think Salesianum's right up there with them, and then Sussex Central. So, and we got that big matchup coming up. I'll let you talk about that in a second, but Salesianum very impressive throwing the football.
Yes, they are. And then that takes us to our top 2 teams of Class 3A. And number 2, Smyrna, 1-1. They rebound last week after facing maybe one of the toughest teams in the country the week prior, so they're 1-1 on the season. Middletown, they get a good win. They're 1-0, and guys, that sets us up for this weekend. It's Harvest Bowl time already. Maybe the biggest game of the year coming up this weekend, guys.
Cut down the corn, get the yard markers out. These two are getting ready to battle. This is going to be a classic.
Absolutely.
Nick, I told Nick Halliday, our producer, before we went on the air, next week we might need 2 top 10 plays, one just for the Smyrna Middletown game, because those 2 offenses are going to be a highlight reel. Can't wait for that one. Middletown's won the last 3 Harvest Bowls. Wow. They have a record of 4-2 against Smyrna since Mike Judy took over in 2014, but the 2 Smyrna wins were state championship finals. So one heck of a rivalry. And we got to talk to the 2 coaches earlier in the week, and they both talked about that.
Yeah, and again, you'll hear from that. We're going to roll the audio.
I'm going to do my best while I'm doing my game, not to watch the Smyrna Middletown game on my iPad. It's going to be. I'm just going to have to go home when it's over and watch it.
And there you see.
Oh, look at that artwork. Look at that.
I'm telling you, it's going to be. I mean, that says it all. Great game coming this week.
Yeah, well, you know, you've got the 2 highly recruited quarterbacks. Braden Davis from Middletown, who's a South Carolina commit. He's going to be down there with Smyrna alum Debo Williams, who was SEC Rookie of the Week with 2 block punts.
And how about that? Again, a tough loss for the Blue Hens.
Yeah, and Cameron Edge for Smyrna came from DeMatha, played middle school ball in the Smyrna School District, so he's back. I watched him on film. He throws a heck of a ball. 3 of their 4 wide receivers are back. The running back, Wayne Knight, is back. 4 of the 5 offensive linemen are back. Smyrna is loaded, and so are the Cavaliers.
Again, maybe the biggest game of the year already, so early in our fall football season. So there's your top 5: St. George's, Sussex Central, Sally, Smyrna, and Middletown. Guys,
I think we're ready for top performers.
I think we're going to head to
one this week.
Our top performers. And again, you can catch Glenn's interview with the coaches, Coach Blum and Coach Judy, again on Delaware Live. You can catch it there, or you'll be able to see it on the pregame show on Friday night as well. Again, phenomenal game upcoming. But guys, it's time to move on here as we are rolling on this Wednesday night, as it's time for our top performers.
All right, our top performer for this week from Sussex Central High School is McKenna Boyle. Hat trick against Appoquinimink on Wednesday, comes back on Friday against Ursuline, against the winning goal in overtime. 4 goals in 3 days and 2 games. Congratulations, McKenna Boyle. You're our top performer this week.
How about that? You love to see it again. If you want to have something to share with us, make sure you email us if you've got an idea of a top performer of the week. Share their stats with us, and maybe they will be our top performer of the week. Guys, don't have a lot of time to get into our pick segments. We'll go real quickly through here. If you had to pick just one game of your pick segment this week, which one are you just feel comfortable in sharing with everybody? Benny, we'll start with you. Give us one of your picks here.
Let's go with the Battle of the Bell being played on a Thursday night in September. I'm going Milford 24, Lake Forest 21.
There you go. And that, again, should be a good one. Glenn, you saw Milford. They've been good. What are you thinking for your pick this week, Glenn?
All right, my top 10 pick, a mild upset. Smyrna, Middletown. No, I can't do it. I'm saving that. I'm saving that for Friday.
I didn't see that in the notes. I was going to say, that's what we need.
I like the Eagles winning at home 38-37.
Well, there you have it. How about that one? We'll give you some ones. Jason, Pat, and Mike unable to be here tonight. Jason's got Appo over Cesar Rodney 14-10. Mike's taking Red Lion over Delmar 24-14. Pat's going to take Archmere over Mount Pleasant 35-13. And I'm going to go.
Hey, I'll give you my Smyrna Middletown.
Oh, you know what? Let's do it. That's what the fans want.
I'll give you my Smyrna Middletown. I'm going to take. I'm too scared. I'm not picking.
I was going to say, I thought it shut down.
I'm going to give Middletown the edge. They're going to get one more defensive stop than Smyrna. And Middletown's going to win a close one in a high-scoring game. But don't count Smyrna out when it's over.
See, he's being diplomatic. And look, I'm in a bad situation. I graduated from Middletown. I live in the Smyrna School District. So, I'll tell you what, overtime.
And there you go.
And somebody's going to win.
Yeah.
I mean, that's how good this game might be. You might need a couple we'll figure it out, but it's going to be the biggest game, again, so far this fall. That's the Harvest Bowl on Friday night. And guys, now we're going to head to our top plays of the week as we're going to get started here with number 10, week 1, coming at you here on Delaware Live Sports. And guys, we have 10 great plays this week, and you might be right, we may need 2 of them next week after the Harvest Bowl, so we'll have to wait and see, and we're ready to fire up week number 1. Getting us started at number 10 here this week, and you little BSN Sports can't go wrong there. You love to see it, and here we go. Shiloh Connor from Wilmington Friends. You just saw them here at number 10. And not going to do it just on the football field. They're doing it on the soccer field as well. Check this one out. A little dribble. Make the defender go outside and then pin it to the back of the net.
Short-sided goal. Great job.
On to number 9, Matt Krause to Dejon Jones. You saw this one a little bit earlier, fellas. It was a good one here. Matt Krause able to evade the pressure, lofts it over the DN's head into the hands of Dejon Jones. He's going to do the rest. Check out the speed. Beats a few white jerseys before finally going out of bounds under his own power. On to number 8, Kenny Newton. Benny, we saw Kenny Newton all night. He was all over the place. Here's one of his many top plays.
Oh, yeah, 4 touchdowns in the game, one of them on defense, and this was just supposed to be a clock killer. But like you said, Coach Jolie told us to finish games. I finished the game.
Unbelievable night for him. Connor Campbell, Micah Wing, Matt Krause to Kyle Manley. Check out all these touchdown passes. Here's Connor Campbell up first in the pocket. Beautiful ball on the money, deep post. He finds Micah Wing, who takes it the rest away for the score. Now Matt Krause here. They're going to open up the scoring last Friday night against St. Mark's. Over the top, same route this time to Kyle Manley. The posts that were successful last weekend. And then here it's Woodbridge. Jordan Moran over the top. Finds his man for the touchdown. Or what a night, excuse me. There was Woodbridge. Then on to number 6, Ben Carter, Prince Thompson. Benny, you talked about this one. One of the better defensive plays we got to see last week.
Oh, Ben Thompson times this perfectly. Makes it. Unfortunately for D'Ambrosio, it goes down as an interception. But that was all hit there.
What a play. That helped set up their victory. And then number 5, Micah Wing. Check him out. He's on the outside here on the pass rush on the left side of your top of your screen. And he's going to come flying. He's going to get the sack. And for on Gardner, for the safety, Sallies, they rolled last Friday night. On to number 4, Jordan Moran and Elijah Sessoms. And Glenn, you were there for this one. Those two put on a show, and Sessoms was very impressive.
He hits in there at the 25. He shakes off 2 defenders, takes it to the house.
What a play. Check out big number 88 into the end zone. 1 of 2 touchdowns on the day for him. On the number 3, more Kenny Newton. And this might have been maybe his best play of the game, and he had numerous. But check out this one. Reading the quarterback's eyes, jumps the route, picks it off at the 40, and we all know he can run with the ball in his hands, and he just has to do it here on the defensive end of the ball.
He told me after the game he switched with their freshman. He had seen that route several times.
Zane, how about that? And then Gio Ramirez going to get the job done here, takes the handoff, breaks a defender up the middle. Check out the speed. We love our fan videos, and he's off to the races down the sideline into the end zone.
Nick, I was dying laughing because whoever filmed it was going, taking it to the crib, taking it to the crib.
And how about this one? Bruno Ye to Cristiano for the goal here in soccer. And that's our top play of the week this week. Doesn't get much better. Passing and finishing there. OT victory. That's your top play. Doesn't get much better than that. Great teamwork on the pass and finish. Well, guys, we had a great show today. Again, special thanks to Wilmington Friends and Tatnall for joining us here. Again, that game of the week on Friday. Harvest Bowl this week. I mean, some big games, Benny. We got a lot to go. Closing comments as we head out tonight.
Yeah, hey, I know everybody's going to be tuning into the Harvest Bowl, but let's give those other teams some love too, at least watch the games the next day. We got a couple other good games coming up. I mean, I'm excited. I'm going to pack up from Cape. I'm going to go home and I'm going to watch the Harvest Bowl.
Absolutely. Glad.
Nick, we got a big problem. Mike brought it up last week. There's a critical shortage of referees. If you think you can go out and do the job, give the DIAA a shout out. Give them contacted with them and get in touch with the upstate and the downstate official crews. And also, if you think you're a good driver and you can help out being a school bus driver, things are critical there too. They can't even get these teams to events. So 2 things that we really need a lot of help out there.
Absolutely. And again, thanks for joining us here on this Wednesday. For Benny Mitchell, Glenn Frazier, I'm Nick Alessandrini for Nick Halliday. Again, special thanks to Pat, Mike, and Jason aren't able to be here, but contributed obviously to the show. So again, big games coming up this Friday. We're going to see you this weekend, and then again next Wednesday at Buffalo Wild Wings. We'll see you then.